You know that feeling, right? That sinking feeling when your drain just won't drain. We have all been there. Well, today we're going to crack the code on those super common household headaches. We're actually diving into a local plumbing services playbook to turn that frustration into empowerment, giving you the know-how to understand the problem, the solution, and of course, the pro you hire to fix it. Seriously, think about it for a second. That weird gurgle that happens out of nowhere? Or the slow, sad glug-glug of a kitchen sink that's just given up? You know, these aren't just funny little quirks your house has. They're literally your plumbing sending out an SOS. And recognizing them? That's step one. Okay, let's get into it. So how do you translate those strange signals coming from your pipes? It's kind of like learning a new language, right? Well, the good news is there are a few classic distress calls that are actually pretty easy to understand. Let's break them down. According to the pros, there are three big signals to watch for. First up, the slow drain. Yeah, it's annoying, but it's also the earliest sign that a blockage is starting to form. Next, you've got those gurgling noises. What's that about? Well, it's trapped air fighting its way past whatever's stuck in there, a sure sign the pipe is not clear. And the most serious call for help? Repeated backups. If the same drain keeps clogging over and over, that is a huge red flag that you've got a deeper problem that a plunger just isn't going to fix. Okay, so you've spotted the problem. What happens next? Well, a real professional doesn't just show up with a bigger plunger. No way. They come with some serious hardware. Tools designed to tackle very specific kinds of clogs. Let's take a peek inside their toolkit. You've basically got two different philosophies for clearing a drain here. Think of power rodding as the brute force method. It uses a powerful rotating cable to physically smash and chew through a solid blockage. Hydrojetting, on the other hand, is more like a deep clean. It's basically power washing for the inside of your pipes, using super high pressure water to blast away years of grease and gunk, leaving them flowing like they're brand new. And this, right here, is how modern plumbers take all the guesswork out of the equation. I mean, why guess what the problem is when you can literally see it? With a video inspection, they send a tiny little camera right down into your pipes to find the exact cause and location of the clog. It's amazing. It means no unnecessary digging and zero speculation, just a precise visual diagnosis. So knowing the tools is one thing, but finding the right person to actually use them, that's a whole other ballgame. Let's pivot from the what to the who and build a checklist for hiring a pro you can actually trust with your home. All right, here's your essential checklist. First things first, are they licensed and insured? This is totally non-negotiable. It protects you. Next, check their local reviews. See what your neighbors are saying about them. That's the real truth right there. Of course, in an emergency, you need someone who responds fast. And finally, you want someone who not only knows the local codes inside and out, but also stands behind their work with a rock-solid guarantee. And this quote really hits the nail on the head. A true professional is never going to be cagey about costs or how long it's going to take. You should always expect and honestly demand clear, upfront communication about the price, the schedule, and what happens if something goes wrong. That kind of transparency is the ultimate sign that you're dealing with a real pro. Now, you might be wondering, why are we talking about the specifics of one little town? Well, it's because local geography, the types of houses, all of that can create really unique plumbing challenges. To see this in action, our source material gives us a great case study, the village of Deer Park, Illinois. Let's see what we can learn. This image tells a huge part of the story. We're not looking at a crowded city grid here, no. These are big, spacious lots. And for a plumber, that means one thing: long, long sewer lines. And what happens when you have long lines running through yards with big old trees? They become prime targets for root intrusion, which is one of the most common and destructive causes of major blockages. The economic profile of the area adds another layer to the story. You know, a higher median household income often means people are more likely to invest in their homes, including preventative maintenance. And this can really influence the types of services that are most in demand, from just routine checkups to full-on upgrades of older systems. And just to round out our community profile, the 2020 census data gives us a quick demographic snapshot of the village. This really helps us build a complete picture of the area we've been using as our case study. And finally, think about the population. Just under 3,700 people. In a small, tight-knit village like this, a service provider's reputation is everything. It's their most valuable asset. Word travels fast, which makes trust and quality work absolutely non-negotiable. Okay, so you've figured out the problem, and you've picked your pro. Now what? What should you actually expect on the day of the service call? Let's walk through the whole process so there are absolutely no surprises. Look, a truly professional service call should follow a really clear process. It always starts with an on-site inspection to confirm what's going on. Then, and this is critical, before any work begins, you have to get a written estimate. As they work, a good crew is going to protect your home from any mess. And the job isn't truly done until they've given you tips on how to stop the same problem from happening all over again.
So there you have it. We've decoded the gurgles and groans, we've peeked inside the plumber's toolkit, and we've built a checklist for finding a real pro. The goal was to replace that awful, sinking feeling of a clogged drain with the confidence of knowing exactly what to do. Next time your drain acts up, you'll be ready.
So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Now that you have all this knowledge, what's the one thing you'll do differently the next time you're staring down a stubborn drain? Will you ask for a video inspection right away? Or maybe you'll double check for guarantees before you even make the call. It's definitely something to think about.